Hey folks, Ryan, Feroz Moto here, back with another video, and today we're going to talk about what I've done to my car to prepare it for the track season that we have coming up for 2025. So here is the car in all of her glory. I've done quite a lot to get her to this state and point of the car. To see for the day I got the numbers 21. Thank you to my friend Brian who hooked me up with these vinyl numbers. I think it came out great. I kept it following the body lines instead of keeping it straight with the ground. I don't know, I just think it looks better. But overall, this is how she looks. Not much has changed visually, I'd say, from what we've seen from previous videos. Only things I have added, of course, are a set of 200 treadwear endurance tires. Luckily, I found this set on Marketplace for a very good deal. It's about 15 bucks for the two fronts, which is the perfect size, 275, 35, 19. And all I had to do was source my own rears, which it's actually quite hard to find, especially since most folks end up buying these out very early in the season or even before. So I am running now a true full square setup, 275, 35, 19, as I said, on the car. And overall, these tires are really easy to live with. I know for a 200 treadwear tire, it can be a little obnoxious with how they ride on the road, a little loud. Only thing I will say is they do whirl a little bit on the highway. There's not a lot of sound deadening or anything like that, but other than that, we have added some Castrol SRF brake fluid in the car. I also am running a different set of pads now in the vehicle. We have the EBC RP1s in the front. This is EBC's dedicated track pad for the vehicle. We also have the RPX brand, but I heard they're a bit more aggressive and bitey. And for something that I know I'm not going to need to rip my face off with braking performance, I think their RP1 should do the job fine. And once they're warm up, they really work. In the rear, I added the EBC Blues. From my research online, from what I've been seeing, a lot of Mustang guys have been running this kind of dual compound hybrid, being the RP1s in the front and EBC Blue in the back. As it goes for FCP Euro's lifetime returns, the rear Blues can have that done, so we can keep swapping those out as I do. You guys know daily this car, it is nice to have that kind of mix in between. One kind of quality of life thing I added was this sun strip on the top. Actually come to really appreciate it. I mean, I have the sun visor, but this guy just does a great job in keeping it out and definitely gives that ricey motorsport look that I love. As for the inside, nothing really has changed at all. Still very simple. I did add my RAM mount right here, so I got my phone mounted to see my times and it doesn't really block or obstruct any vision. I will be taking off my radiator detector in the top when the day of just to keep it going. And I have a mounting device here that I've made based on what I saw in the forums. And I'll be using that to be capturing all my footage versus putting it on my head. I think the footage came out fine last time, but it definitely gives a nice more inside the cockpit feel while you're next to me. And I'll try to get another GoPro to get another angle while I'm out there. So what course will I be on? New Jersey Motorsports Park Thunderbolt with Northeast Track Club, NETC. And thankfully, I will be having the luxury of having a coach with me for the whole day. His name is Jason. He's a professional E46 driver, which is really cool. Nice race car that he's got, and definitely has a lot of experience over me in this world of motorsports. So I'm so excited to learn, soak up as much information as I can from him, and hopefully have a great day. The weather seems to be fine. A little bit of showers in the morning, but hopefully as we're about to go out, being the novice, everything should be dried up and should be ready for a great day. One thing I don't have on the car are studs. I bought them from Motorsports Hardware. I do take these wheels off quite a lot, and it is kind of a pain using these bolts. From what my friends have been telling me though, it can be a slight small sense of concern and another point of failure. So I'm not gonna have them on for this event, which is gonna be in a couple days. But when I go up to Watkins Glen in April 11th, I will have those on and we'll have that full out sporty look. The shop that helped me out putting everything on and working with my car was Gear 247 after a recommendation from my friend. They're awesome to work with. I'll put them in the description below, in Highland Park, New Jersey. They really outstanding job, helped me out with everything, with my alignment, with setting up my new tie rods, and helping out with my brake fluid issue when I tried doing it myself. But overall, awesome guys to work with. Tell them I sent you, and you definitely speak to GQ and Andy. But overall, I'm so excited. The car is driving awesome as it is with this setup. One thing I will say with these tires is they do not give you as much steering feel or road feel as a dedicated street like PS4S or Continental Extreme Contact Sport. That's just kind of the way the land it is for 200 treadwear tires. I know some of them are a bit more nice with steering weighting, but just not the case for this guy. So I'm excited to see how it goes. I know the fronts are used, so we'll see how heat cycled to hell they are and how they're going to keep running and going. But overall, I'm just having this set up mainly just for seat time, have a safe and reliable setup to just get me through the day and have a lot of fun out there. As you guys know, it's been a passion of mine to get out there and do this. I've found a lot of ways to get there, which is not extremely breaking the bank. We know that this is a very expensive hobby, but there are ways to get nifty and shifty with deals, and you always got to be vigilant and looking out for those things, and always try to do labor yourself. Everything I've done with the car has been through me, besides getting alignment and you know, doing my tie rods and suspension things wise. So it's not too hard. There's tons of guides and stuff online. I'll obviously try to help you guys out with what I can. The things I've done to refreshen this car was obviously an oil change. I've done a diff fluid change, brake fluid change, the brake pads. And one last huge shout out to my friend Greg, who helped me set up and install most of these parts on my car. I did order manual transmission fluid to change for the car, but it's been back ordered for almost now 2 months. So I know it's not end of the world that I don't have it, but the second I get it, I will be swapping it out. And I'm trying to keep this car as tip-top shape as I can. So as you guys know, I put a lot of miles on it, and I'm gonna keep this car for a while, so I wanna make sure she is running to the best of her ability. But just want to give a quick update on you guys and what I have running for this setup. I will obviously be putting some footage when I can of my track days out there. And those who are watching, thank you so much for supporting the channel and giving me a shot. We just made over 500 subscribers, which is awesome. And I want you guys to stay tuned and let me know what you want to see, what we can't see. Spring is in the air, and I'm gonna explore as much as I can with this car. I'm absolutely loving the look. I love how the numbers came out and everything. She is exactly what I envisioned to be last year. Another thing to mention about the car is the alignment I got. So based on what we could get without sacrificing any toe settings, I had about -3.1 degrees of camber in the front with 0 toe. In the rear, it's about -1.7 with just around -1/16 of toe in. So the car has a very neutral feeling in the front, and the rear can definitely help put down power. I know since the car is now somewhat downsized on for wheel and tire, we kind of want to have as much help as we can with putting power down, especially with how much we're pushing on this car. But overall, I think it's at a perfect spot. As you guys know, with the manuals, they come with less power than the competition, so with all that torque and horsepower, it's not going to be as much of an issue putting it down. From my testing, with the car's warmed up, it still does a great job with hooking, so I'm so excited to see how she does out in the field. So, that being said, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this comment, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Ryan out.